How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at FIFA, and we're going to be making a tier list, and we're going to be ranking every FIFA game since FIFA 13 to FIFA 22. Now you guys love the FIFA videos, and I've played FIFA for a long time now, so I feel like I have a good judgment on it. And we've got some tiers here, so we've got trash, not good, meh, good, and legendary. Now, obviously this is my opinion, and it's going to be biased probably because some of these games I may have played more than others and liked personally myself more than others. Some of them are going to feel nostalgic. So I've gathered a load of research from the web which I could find, found different opinions of the FIFA games, and I've tried to be as objective as possible, but let me know in the comments. I know there'll be a lot of contrasting opinions. Let me know in the comments which one of these is the best FIFA of all time. It'd be really interesting to see if you guys agree with me, and I'd love to have the conversation with you guys. But let's get started. So we'll start with FIFA 18. Now, some of the key points which I found of FIFA 18. So this was the second edition of the Journey, which was very poor in my opinion. I don't think anyone played it. A lot of people played the first one, but the second one this year was really poor. It was the introduction of play styles, so long ball, press on heavy touch, all that, which was good. It added a more tactical side to the game, which I like, but it did make it a little bit more boring in terms of the gameplay because people would just go to drop back and it would just make it really boring, but it was a nice addition. This was also the introduction of the new icon system with 3 cards, the Baby, Mid and Prime. This was a very nice addition. I do like this. It gave it more opportunities for people to buy icons, but it kind of took away from the special feeling of getting an icon. And most importantly, the biggest thing of FIFA 18, which I think saved the game, was the World Cup edition. Now, FIFA 18 got pretty dry early, and then they released the World Cup game mode, which I thought was brilliant. It was really fun, it was nice, it was easy to get good cards, and it was a great fun game mode. Not as good as the other World Cup game modes, but it was still fun. So for that reason it's probably pushed in. Excluding the World Cup game mode, it's probably a meh or not good. But because of that World Cup game mode, which was really nice, might be good. I'll put it in meh because I can't just base it off a World Cup mode, because that's just one element of the game. Next we'll go for FIFA 15. Now for me this was a great game, and it wasn't necessarily because they changed a lot, it was just a load of small little things which I think really helped the game. This is really the start of the progression towards the game which we got now, It was a bit more, it was a big change from 14 to 15. With these little small things, like they added disallowed goals, more stadiums, licensing, they added actual atmosphere with real chants. There was a big improvement in the graphics. So, it was just these little things which I think really helped with 15. They also introduced loans in Ultimate Team and Concept Squads. Concept Squad, great addition. They did, also added the part the bus and ultra attacking options. This was obviously before the press on heavy touch stuff, which was pretty good as well. So for me, it's good or legendary. I'm gonna go legendary. I think V15 was a fantastic game, and as I said, it was just from little things, from little tweaks, which were absolutely amazing. FIFA 13. Now, FIFA 13 and 14, I don't really have too much to say, simply because not a lot actually changed in the game. All I can really say is it's just for old school FIFA. Now, for those of you who played FIFA back then, you'll understand what I mean. If you didn't, and you started playing like FIFA 19, 17, FIFA 13 was just simply Ultimate Team, play games, you play tournaments, you play against your friends, you trade with your friends, you go into career mode and you try and win the league with your best team, with your favourite club, build the best team, and yeah, that was really it. It was a simplistic but fun game, so I'll put it in good. It was just for old school FIFA, and to be honest, I can do FIFA 14 with it because literally barely anything changed. You know, the gameplay and features were basically the same. It's really FIFA 15 where things changed. So yeah, we'll put it in good. You could probably put it in legendary, but like, I don't know, I'll put it in good simply because not a lot changed between the games, but that was because it didn't need to, because the game was fantastic anyway. Next, we will go for FIFA 21. Now, a very big change from these three. I thought the gameplay in FIFA 21 was poor. It wasn't really fun anymore. And everyone was using the same tactics. It was not fun at all. The good things were, though, that they added the new features of career mode, which it got today, you know, the quick sim, the whole layouts, the fitness and all that. That was a big change in career mode, which was needed because it hadn't improved it since like FIFA 16. But still, some changes were alright, but not amazing. They introduced co-op in Ultimate Team that did nothing, nobody actually played it. But there weren't actually a lot of changes in Ultimate Team from FIFA 20 to 21. Overall, to be honest, I'll put it as not good. You couldn't even argue trash. The only reason I'm putting it not in trash is because at least they finally changed career mode and made some improvements there. Other than that, it's not a good game at all. Next, we will go with FIFA 19. Now, FIFA 19 introduced the new kick-off game modes. You know, the King of the Hill, no rules, all that sort of stuff. Which is alright. I mean, it was fun, but, you know, no one really plays it, but it's a nice addition to play, you know, when your friends are around. They also introduced Prime Icon Moments, which again is a nice addition, but it's just more cards added to the game, and I'm not sure if they were actually necessary. The gameplay was trash. I mean, it was really boring, and everyone was just like sprinting down the wing. Crossing was pretty good, I believe, on FIFA 19. Gameplay was not fun. They added the Champions League game mode, but I mean, nobody played it. The only thing the Champions League did was just them stupid, annoying Champions League blue cards on Ultimate Team. It was the finale of the journey. This was the third and final edition, but nobody was playing the journey by this point. I couldn't tell you what happened in this finale of the journey. So again, it was not good. It's not good or trash. I'm going to put in trash. Personally, I don't think it was a good game at all. this was, as I said, the start of a decline of FIFA. This is where there was a big shift after FIFA 16. Gameplay started getting a lot worse. Next up, we will have FIFA 22, the most recent FIFA. Now, I think the gameplay is alright in FIFA 22. It's better than FIFA 21's gameplay. It's more fun, but it's too easy. All you have to do is to win is just a counter attack with a through ball. Like, the gameplay, it's alright, but it's just not fun, really, in terms of you can't play like passing football, nice football. That's just not the meta, and it's not nice. And I would say it's in Ultimate Team, it's just way too easy to get good players. Like, they release way too many cards. Most of the cards are so cheap now. Like by December, like Messi and Ronaldo, like 100k, something like that, crazy. So it's just no satisfaction in getting a good team. They changed the FUT Champs and Division Rival system. They made FUT Champs a lot easier, which is good, because the FUT Champs crawl is long, but it rewarded failure, and to be honest, you would get better rewards for quitting all your games than playing them all. Like, it's not great with that point, but I think it's better than FIFA 21. So it's either meh or not good. I'll put it in meh. Because I think, like, at least at the start of the year, for the first few months of launch, it was pretty good, and then it just took a heavy decline. But yeah, it's alright. The final two now, and we're going on to FIFA 17. Now, for me personally, this was one of my favourite FIFAs ever, but not because of the actual game. It was more the memories I had on this game. I remember coming home every day. I would get on FIFA 17 and play with my friends, and this was really the start of where I took Ultimate Team proper seriously. Before then, I liked Ultimate Team, but I was more of a career mode guy. I took Ultimate Team a lot more seriously here, so I do have a bit of bias to FIFA 17. But this was also where they put some big changes into Ultimate Team. They introduced the FUT drafts, which I love, and you guys obviously love. Allows me to do FUT draft ASMR videos. They introduced FUT Champs and the knockout tournament, the daily knockout tournament. I absolutely loved this because it was actually so hard, and every day I would try to qualify for FUT Champs, and it was very hard. It was competitive as well. The gameplay was decent, I would say. It was pretty competitive. Like, you could win in multiple ways. However, like, there were some flaws to the game, but I would admit they introduced SBCs, which is a huge intro. The journey. This was the introduction of the journey, and this was first edition of the journey, which was pretty good. I would say the first one was good. Career mode unfortunately didn't change at all, but I think personally it's legendary simply because the memories I had on FIFA 17 were fantastic. I played it so much, and I think if you're being objective though, it's probably good. I think they introduced a lot of features to the game, and a lot of them worked out and were good and are still in the game today. But the gameplay was alright, but not quite legendary, so I will go good, but personally it is legendary for me. And the same thing with FIFA 20. Personally, I loved FIFA 20 because of the memories I had, because in FIFA 20 it was locked down because of the pandemic. So this was all I was playing. This Warzone was all I was playing in lockdown. So rankings. You got like finesse shot and low driven. I believe this was the year where they would just do OB, way too OB, and it was not good. They refined objectives this year as well, made it a lot better, so you can actually achieve something and you're rewarded for playing the game, which is good. But I mean, again, it's legendary for me because of the memories, but realistically it's probably a meh. You could even argue not good, to be honest. I might even go not good. Yeah, I'm gonna go not good. Now I'm thinking about it, was not fantastic. But yeah, there we have it. So I've got in the trash, we've got FIFA 19, FIFA 16. Not good was FIFA 21 and 20. Meh was FIFA 18 and FIFA 22. Good was FIFA 13, 14 and FIFA 17. And then legendary was FIFA 15. Do you agree with these rankings? And let me know if you have enjoyed.